G'day guys, welcome back to another episode of Flashlight Crazy. I've got a really special one today. Today I'm reviewing the TopGun Mark 6 designed for Victoria Police and plenty of other emergency service workers that are using this light right now. Let's check it out. Alrighty, so here it is, up close, the TopGun Mark 6. See there, MK6. Now, this is the battery that it comes with. This battery can be inserted either way, so it doesn't matter how you insert it, it will work regardless. These two areas here, so those two little metal bits here, are going to stop it from just sliding out. So let me show you what I mean. So pop it in. Oh no, I won't close it up yet. So now it's not just going to fall out. You kind of got to swing it out like that and then it comes out. So it's just another thing to prove that, you know, this light, they've thought of everything really. You know, it's a very, very duty-based light. Now, before we look at all the features, I'm just going to go over some facts about this light and about the company and things like that. So this light was actually established by the owners having discussions with local police stations who were after an in-vehicle torch to replace their mag lights. So it was designed by TopGun, but in conjunction with the input of Victoria Police members. So that's amazing. You know, the company's taken on suggestions or taken on advice or input from actual serving members of the police in order to make this light. Now, everything about this light is designed and trademarked in Australia. However, offshore manufacturing is a part of how this light comes to be. They've gone all the way from TopGun Mark 1 to TopGun Mark 6 with slight iterations. And I'll just show you. Here I have two other TopGun prototypes. So this one is a prototype with some more lumens. They toyed with the idea of making it a little bit stronger. And this one here is a prototype for some rural police stations because they got in contact with TopGun and they basically said, look, you know, out where we work, we kind of need some more lumens. And so they played around with this idea. However, the thing that makes this light so special is that on high, you are going to get 500 lumens for 5 to 6 hours. That's what makes this light so special. So you do not have to worry about this light running out of battery. 5 to 6 hours, you're going to have it on the highest output there. I mean, that is incredible. So for that reason, the higher output torches that were in production as prototypes, I don't think have been pushed through to actually be service tools because it's so important for the on-duty police that they know that their light is not going to run out. But just wanted to include these in the video just to show you that, you know, they are always taking suggestions from different officers and different stations and trying to make things work for them because this is a true service light. There's nothing more to say. This is a true service light. It is designed, made and used for police officers on duty. So basically when they make iterations to this light, it's all in the LED technology. It's not really Mark 1 and Mark 6 basically look identical because this is a flawless design for police officers. And what I mean by that is you can hold it here, you can operate the switch with your pointer finger, and you've also got, an officer has got a long, very, very strong baton-like tool to use if they need it, right? But they've also got a tail switch so they can hold it back here. You can press and hold for momentary, or you can constant on, direct to the highest output, which is 500 lumens. You may not think that's much as well, but I assure you, in the night shots, you will see how useful it is. And remember, this is a service tool. This isn't a, let's play lumen wars with all the other competing companies. No, this is a perfect 500 lumen light that can be used to search cars, look down alleyways, look in houses, and then if you want to push this button after it turns on turbo, it drops the lumen output down even further. Great for reading IDs and things like that. It's not going to bounce off the ID and blind you in the face. And if you do need strobe, you just press and hold and you've got strobe. So this is very, very much a service tool. This is not designed to take any part in the marketing lumen wars. This is designed to be a tool used by serving members of the police force. This is what the charger looks like. So this is actually fitted into every single police car, and it's fitted just behind the back of both the front seats, and the light just slots in like that. Now you have, and it sits upright, okay, like that. So all the officer has to do is grab this, pull it out, and go. That's the contact area there for charging, this bit here. So it will light up when it's charging. And the owner of TopGun actually told me that the one gripe the officers have is that this light can be quite bright. I think it's a blue, and it can be quite bright and distract them or annoy them or whatever. But apart from that, it's a flawless design because you slot your light in and then it's just sitting there mounted in the car, ready to go. Every time you grab this torch, it's going to be charged. So 5-6 hours runtime you're going to have every time you pull this out. It's just amazing. They've also got temperature sensors inside the battery and inside the torch. So that increases just your protection. The power is going to cut out if anything is heating up incorrectly. Last thing a police officer wants is, a melting battery or something. So double standard protection in these lights to make sure that there is absolutely no issues when an officer is using it. It'll just cut out and it won't work, but that's a lot better than having an exploding torch. As you can see here, you got some heat sinks on the neck. That's just to ensure your 5 to 6 hour runtime without overheating. The other thing is this charger can actually be charged by a 240 volt external charger. And that is this. So you plug this in down there like that, and then plug this into the wall, and you can charge this light at home. So it doesn't have to be mounted into a vehicle. And in fact, in some police stations, they've got a bunch of these set up on a wall, screwed into the wood. And then you've just got a bunch of 240 volt chargers plugged in, and then they all get charged in a row. So that's if you don't want to mount it in your car, or if you want this for a personal light. Now, the reason for strobe is not only to disorientate people or anything like that, which it very much would. It is also designed to be used like this. See that? You've got the blue coming out the top. You've got that here. This is for things like booze buses, waving them in. And now when Phil was giving me one of these, I said to him, "Oh, look, I'm a bit nervous. I don't want to be, driving around with actual police equipment in case I get pulled over and they, have a crack at me or whatever." But so he gave me one which has had the police stuff written off, pulled off it. But what I will do is I'll just cut quickly to a photo that I took of the actual police baton, the police wand attached to this with the police sign on it. I'll do that now. So this one's, as you can see, it's just got nothing on it. But you can see, that's high output, that's low output, and that's strobe. Very, very useful service tool for serving members of the police. Now, I forgot to mention, the police that use this are Victoria. So this is a Victorian police officer light. However, emergency services like the AFP, South Australia Fire, the CFA, VicPol, Highway Patrol, WA, they all use this light. So it's not just Victoria, but I do believe it's mainly Victoria police officers that use this light. And I actually discovered that by just outright asking a police officer, "What torch do you use?" And they showed me this little lead lenser, which unfortunately for lead lenser said sucked. They said it always runs out of battery and it's unreliable. But then he showed me this one. And I thought, oh my God, I've got to get onto the company and find out, who made it, talk to the boss, spoke to both the owners, father and son company, absolute gentlemen. And they were just so willing to tell me more about their baby. You know, this is their creation, and it's magnificent in my opinion. Now the head does have anti-roll little bits here, so it is going to roll, but once it catches, it'll stop. And so that's just good to know if it's on a bit of an incline or whatever. But also the high grade aluminium is going to be used to, you can break glass with it as well, no worries at all. So, you know, if a police officer needs to enter a car to pull out a child because some idiots left their child in the car while they go play the pokies or whatever, cops can break into it and just use their torch. Now, these do come with a 5-year warranty. Servicing and repairs, it costs the officers nothing unless there's a new part that's required, but normally it's just like tightening and cleaning and things like that. But the aircraft grade aluminium is, you know, these things get beaten around, and the aircraft grade aluminium just lasts. It's a real beast of a light. And now, as you can see here, you've got some really strong knurling on the main body area, which is great for non-slip. But like I said, most of the officers like holding it here, so you've got full control of the light with your pointer finger, and then you've just also got a baton if you need it. And you know, they just hold it up like that. Excuse me, mate, you were going 70 in a 20 zone. You know, that's very, very fast. Sir, out of the vehicle, that type of stuff. So, look, I'm very impressed with this light. I will just go over the UI again just to show you how it works, but I'm pretty sure I've covered it. So, your first click is going to get you your highest output. Your second click is going to get you a lower output. There's no pulse width modulation by eye. It's only on camera. And then your third click is going to turn it off. At any point, you can press and hold and get to strobe. At any point. So it doesn't have to be from off. It can be from any point, press and hold, you've got strobe. Now, the tail clicky is purely for high only, but it also has press and hold momentary. So an officer can press and hold, search something, let go. Or you can just click, search something, click again. Very, very useful. Now, this light can be sold to the public. However, the emergency services are always going to get priority and preference because this light was made for them. So it hasn't really been made available to the public because it is more suited to law enforcement and obviously emergency service workers. But I do believe public people can own this. I don't think it's a matter of it's illegal to own it. I just think that they've never marketed it to the public because, you know, firstly, it's an expensive torch with all the kit and everything, but it's not designed for the public, you know. I mean, it probably would make like a great in the car torch, I reckon, purely because it's a phenomenal light. It's reliable. It's designed to sit in the car. So I think that would be a great kind of backup car light. But at the same time, you know, why take one of these off the streets and out of the emergency service workers' hands and into your own hands if you don't truly need it? Because this from the ground up, start to finish, is designed for emergency service workers and not the public, you know? Now, we'll just do a bit of a heat test on high to see if it gets hot, but I cannot imagine this thing getting very hot purely because you've got 5 to 6 hours runtime. So it's not going to get hot because it's designed to not burn an officer's hands and it's designed not to ramp down. This doesn't ramp down. So, I can't imagine it's going to get higher. I'm going to guess it's not going to get higher than 30 degrees. Let's see. There we go, 28.6 degrees Celsius. And yeah, nothing. Just feels not even as warm as my hand. So that is fantastic. Now, I might try and weigh it just without the battery because I think it'll be too heavy with the battery for my scales. Okay, so 250 grams plus 56. So 306 grams plus 121. So 427 grams is what this light weighs. And you know what? You're gonna want that type of weight, aren't you? Because you're gonna want to be able to use it if you need to use it as a baton or if you need to break glass with it or something like that. So that weight is actually really, really great. And it sits in the car. It's not on your belt or anything like that. If it is on your belt, if they want to put it on a holster, for example, which I'm sure they can, it's still not going to weigh you down because it's on a belt. Obviously, it's not a pocketable light. but it's not designed to be. Now, because of the O-rings and because of the design, this can be used in heavy, heavy rain. And Phil said to me that since its inception, this light has never been returned due to water damage. So they don't bother with the whole IPX8 rating. They never got it rated because they haven't had an issue with the construction when it comes to water damage. So why would you bother? Now, just taking a look at the beam profile, it is a hotspot and spill light. So you've got the front hotspot there. You do have some surrounding spill, which I'll show you in the night shots. But it's a really beautiful color tint. I think I remember Phil saying he was hoping for a different color tint, but particularly during COVID, issues with supply would affect certain things. But I think this is a magnificent light. I'm so appreciative to Phil and his dad for letting me borrow it and doing a review on it. I think it's just fantastic. And let's go out to the night shot so we can see what the officers are using when they're searching for things or people or whatever in the dark. See you in a sec. All right, here it is. The TopGun Mark 6. So that is reaching to the back of the to the fence line there. So to the fence line there, that is 35 meters because I've moved all the way back. And to the tree bush there is about 30 meters. And this is very well lit up. So nice hotspot, really great spill. And this level here, you're going to get for 5 to 6 hours, which is just incredible. This is a true duty light. Now let's go up trees. So, you can imagine a police officer searching for someone along that fence line. This is more than enough. And they're going to have this for 5 hours plus. Now, if you want to just step there, so I just hit the button and it stepped down because now I'm searching for, something in closer proximity. And then I'll just turn it off and back on, and that brings it back to high mode. Really, really impressive light this. Super impressive. Now, press and hold. There's your strobe. Very disorientating to be on the opposite end of that. So I'll just click and then click back to high. So again, there's nothing it can't hit. And in fact, if I walk a little bit forward, just making sure I'm not going to get bitten by a snake or something. If I walk a little bit forward and then point it to that tree over there, so that is making, I'm not as far back as I normally am, that is probably making about 80 meters right there. And again, 5+ hours you're going to get this for. It's just incredible. Really, really nice light, nice hotspot, nice nice spill, sorry. Fantastic. So, this was designed for duty. It was designed to check IDs, to look in cars, to look in houses for close to mid-range proximity. This is not a thrower. It's not a, friggin' tactical 4,000 lumen torch that lasts for 30 seconds before it steps down to a few hundred lumens. This is a true A-grade utility torch, a tool for our emergency service workers that, are out there that need a reliable light. And this is what they get. And let me tell you, after playing around with this and seeing what it can do, mate, this would be my go-to utility light. I can tell you now, if I was going for a long, long walk, I would be grabbing this. Not only because of its runtime, but it's a long thing that you can use as self-defense. Like, it's really a great light. I'm such a fan of it. All right, low. Again, low's great for just those close quarters. Perfect for ID reading. Such a cool light, man. All right, see ya. Alrighty, so night shots are pretty impressive. Now, let's just recap a couple of things so I'm very clear on this. Number one, this light is designed for police officers. It is designed for extended run times. It is designed for reliability, and it has very specific parameters and specific requirements when an officer, is using this. This is not a light that is participating in the marketing of the lumen wars. So 500 lumens for 5 to 6 hours is plenty for an officer. The owners of this company continually get feedback from officers saying that this light is great. Don't change it. Why change it? The only time they change anything is they keep up to date with the technology of the LEDs and batteries and things like that. Construction hasn't changed since its inception. They've never had an issue with water damage. Absolutely great light. Hold it like this. Point a finger on the side button. You've got full control. Up here, searching around, bang, hitting someone if you need to, breaking glass, or if you don't want that, back here like this, searching around for whatever, checking IDs. It's designed to be a useful light for police officers. It is not designed to, accidentally bounce off a wall and blind an officer. This is not what this light's designed for. So I want to be very clear that, for those of you out there thinking, 500 lumens, what's that going to do? If the police officers didn't like it, Phil and his dad would have changed it. So this is an amazing light used heavily and regularly around Australia for emergency service workers. And I'm truly grateful for them to lending this to me. If you want to check out their website, just go to topguntorches.com.au. And I will link that anyway, but I think they've got Next Torches as well. They've got some other brands, and you'll see this up there as well. Like I said, I think the public can buy it, but it's not marketed to them, so you'd have to reach out to them and see if they've got any spare to sell. All right, guys, thanks very much for watching. It's been a really cool review today. It's basically just been more of an informative review, to be honest, because this light is just phenomenal, and I'm so glad that I got to review the very light that the police officers use in my state. It's a bit of a chuff for me, so I'm really happy about that. Don't forget, guys, stay cool and stay safe. See ya.